Welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Zak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, I hope you're doing well. First of all, let me take this opportunity to say sorry to the people of the Florida. We understand the hurricane and it's the mother nature that's taking its course. But you know, we cannot defeat the nature itself. And the best we can say now is like, we are with you in that sorrow, in that kind of calamity. And I believe all shall be well. And all I can say, may God bless you. And may God protect you and intervene at this hour that you are facing the calamity. So help us, God. Graciously hear us. So guys, let's continue. You know, I want to speak about the ongoing issue of the teenage pregnancy saga that is going on in NyabohanSe. First of all, I never wanted to be misquoted anywhere because I've been the verge, because I'm the number one advocate of the girl child, of any other minor who are being misused, that anybody itself should never be misused. If there is any person misusing minors, either by blackmailing them, disgracing them, or abusing them sexually, these people should be sued and the law should be allowed to take its course. We are not advocating for other quarters or for other people hearing. The bottom line is, if you know you are behind all this kind of abusing minors, making them pregnant and making them to drop out of school, therefore you don't belong and you don't serve, you don't belong to stay within the community because you are a predator, and a predator belongs to the prison, and that's where you're supposed to be taken. But I feel so sad and perturbed that the very sensitive matters and issues has been reduced to village bickering and to the content creation, that there is no organization that can come in very fast to expedite this process, so that whenever we go down or we set down to name calling, then the finger should point at the exact person who really did that. Have you ever had the repercussion of the name calling of a person to have done a particular kind of thing, then you don't have an evidence? Such that when the DNA shall be done, it will speak, otherwise then the defamation suit shall ensue. So this is my divergent point with other issues, with other people within the community. If it get to so sure of what he's saying, why can't you allow the DNA process to take place? Why can't you allow the victim to come out and say how it happened and who was responsible? Why should this thing be camouflaged in a way that, oh, police are corrupt, oh, the parent don't want to say, oh, it's not important, the school is important? Are we really solving a problem? I guess we are not solving a problem big time. I don't want to be a devil advocate, but I just want to say the truth as it is. Well, we want to revisit the issue of the party, what really happened, because the head of security, that is Pablo, really came in and spoke yesterday at NyabohanSe podcast what really happened. So if you want to join me on this discourse, kindly stay the course, because I'm going to unravel and show you the evidence why majority of people are missing the point hearing. So let's dive in after a moment. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zak and this is my YouTube channel. So let's dive in, lest we forget. So guys, a lot of issue has been said pertaining to the pregnancy. A lot of content creation has been done, and a lot of names has been mentioned pertaining this kind of an act. At this point, I said I don't want to be an evil advocate, because this issue is so sensitive, because this issue, people are not getting into the real issue over here. Now, people are grandstanding big time. To me, what I'm saying is, sometimes you might point the finger, and remember, the rest of the fingers are pointing back at you. Simply to mean, you must actually ask yourself, am I making the right decision? Before I mention the name, what are the sources of the information? What are the evidence that you're having? Because most of it might at times be reduced to village gossips. In Kiswahili, we say the gumzo mtaani, or mushene. You know, from the Isgintu side, a lot of the story has been mentioned. And now we want to hear from the head of the security, that is Pablo K.E. and Sintake, who was the MCA of that event, what they had to say about the party and what really transpired and what happened. Just by speaking. So I think I will let this video to play, then we'll come back and put the gist where it's supposed to be. So let's dive in.
Someone to deliver.
Away.
9 months.
9 months.
9 months.
9 months.
When was the party?
Right now we're going for almost a year.
A year. It's
1
a year
year
now.
Yeah, we in October. It started in October. It ended in November.
November.
Yeah?
If they were impregnated during that period, wouldn't they have been given back?
Yes, different colors. I think these.
So even if you're doing content, let's not do content because of clickbaiting.
Cloud chasing.
Cloud chasing. Sintek, I was the head of security. Let me be honest. There's some things that I can agree, and there's some things that we can disagree. But now let's call a spade a spade. During that time, even when you're emceeing, you remember, during the day, we allow events, younger kids to come and feed, do all that. But when it reaches 6, we tell them, everyone,
When home.
we only need someone who has an identity, and you are producing it
At the gate.
at the gate.
At the gate.
It's only that those kids that were sleeping in the villa, Maro said, you know, these kids, you shall sleep here. That
they
were
work,
helping.
they work,
But, and even we told him, but we won't allow them to be
here.
here. And Maro tells them, after you've done eating,
disappear.
go and sleep. You get that? Let's put this clear. There's no way that young girls could be impregnated if they're coming from the way telling their parents that they're going to the party, of which they were not getting there, of which they couldn't be allowed in. You know, I remember even there's some boys who tried even attacking me because I denied them access. Because I asked them, okay, you're saying you're grown ups, give me your ID, show me your IDs. Show me your IDs. Because you know we had the police. Yeah, the police
are there.
Because they were asking. There's a report that was done, like they rejected the OCS. And they couldn't allow underage girls or what to go there and sleep. I don't know, sleep there. So these girls who are impregnated, let them come clear and say when and how. Let's not do content because you're doing content. People ask, Pablo, you are heading the security. Come now and tell us how these girls are being impregnated. No girl, no young girl could access out there. We are doing patrols, all places. You had 2 gates. The one
down
where there was that river. All they're calling it.
Yeah.
Where people were bathing, I don't know, playbath. That's from Awera. Playbath. The one and another one was the main gate, which was the main gate. You get that?
Yeah.
And we were closing. Despite that, Maro also had his own guards. Apart from those who were brought by that company, Maro he had his own guard. They were patrolling.
Looking for fishing out kids.
Yeah. So let's not do things because of clickbaiting. Look at I'll say the period, like when are these girls being impregnated. And I don't know, I did see like some are from the same family, right? Or
yeah, same family.
There's one kid who came, I saw her to get into the channel, I said she's impregnated. That kid, I remember she was hosted at the villa.
Actually, 3 of them are from the same family.
Yeah.
And
there's one kid I want to tell you, there's a time the parents were looking for her, then they really took her, they beat her up.
Yeah.
You remember
we went there.
Issues telling them, I'll arrest you, you can't come to my
And that kid,
Even the chief, the area chief
and that
was there.
kid said, that girl said that his parents
His parents, yeah.
wanted, one of his parents, the dad is a drunkard.
He's a drunkard, yeah.
He wanted to marry him off to Serengeti.
To Serengeti,
Mugum.
in Tanzania.
Mugum.
Even the grandmother,
Yes,
the
even the
grandmother side
grandmother
of the
said that.
mother came
Yes.
from
Yes.
Tanzania.
And said,
And that's why I think, that's why Rosie and Maro, I think that time, that's when they took
yes,
that girl.
yes, they said they'll support her.
The support, and she because they were doing and they were going to school.
Mm-hmm.
But now, and I remember even after the party, I used to meet her,
Yes.
go to school, even ask her, oh.
Yes, because she said, I'm going to look for money, go back to school. You know?
I remember.
And the mother was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I remember they came
Because
with her brother and
yes, the brother
when
whipped
she
him.
went and hid. She went and hid to one of the rooms. So he took her out. Like, no,
Yeah.
come, they won't do anything for you. Let's go and know what they are looking for, because they were trying to
You've
create
just had
some
the video
now.
itself
see
that
now,
you've had in Turkey. And Pablo K.E. talking about it. First of all, the point is, at the point of entry, there were no minors who are allowed to gain entry at the party hours. Leave alone, we are strictly saying the party hours. You know, we had the party hours whereby now the music were put and for people to do. From 6 at the wee hour at night, there were no minors allowed. Because the police were instituted there and people were getting entry with the ID itself. Pablo said that. Perhaps it was not captured there, but I think you've already gotten the gist. Secondly, the minor that sometimes who was spotted at Yamara compound by then, because during the daytime, there were not much of the music, so the minors were allowed to gain entry, maybe to go and eat and familiarize themselves to what was happening inside, because by that time there were no music, people were sleeping. So the minors were allowed just to walk under the guidance of the security. And apart from those 3 ladies who were working there, and Amara was giving them accommodation who were minor, because when it reached 6, they were in the room, and we are being told they were in the strongman's room. That's where they were being hosted and sleeping, which means the door was closed. But from 6, they were inside sleeping itself. Then, we also hear that it's almost an year that the party has just happened. And some of the ladies are still pregnant. If they got pregnant during the party, as they are saying, let's give them that credit, they are not yet given birth. So it's high time this lady comes out and say, who is the father of the lady? At what time was the pregnancy occurred? Perhaps they don't know. If they took an advantage of telling their parents that they are going to the party and they headed elsewhere, that is up to them and with their parents going forward. And therefore, you cannot come and blame the party itself, because the police were aware, the authorities were aware, even the chief and the chief frequently visit the place to check in if there was any other misuse of the minor. So when these stories are now coming, other people are using it for content creation and a clickbait going forward. You know, it's quite unfortunate. And I'm very happy the gender-based violence officer, the people who are dealing with the gender and children who are being abused, already reached out and already is in NyabohanSe right now. And I'm very happy now we are getting to the root cause of this problem. Besides side shows, we are getting the root cause of this problem besides very many shenanigans and name calling. Because otherwise, if we start targeting, pointing fingers without evidence, therefore, the people who are also responsible will come and counter the claim that they are not responsible. Therefore, whom will you blame? Because you name calling these people, and their naysayer and the keyboard reactors are telling them, why can't you come and speak and challenge? Okay, all of them, they've come out and challenged and said they are not them. So what do you really say? Means you are sponsored to enjoy the drama. You are enjoying the drama at the expense of the issue that is so real in the community, the issue that is affecting the girl child, the issue that majority of the community are shying off to talk about. Because maybe they are saying of the religion, they are saying of the culture, because matters, sex, talking about it so openly with the parents and with the elder people, mostly in the African society, sometimes it's a tall order. It's because now the NGOs have come to bridge the gap. The NGOs have come to take people to the seminar, depending on age, but there's no that the parental child communication to decipher and distill such kind of information to them. That's what is lacking. But again, we have also reduced it to gossip. We have also reduced it to pointing fingers that are not making sense. We have also to reduce it to pointing finger at IAM-MARWA, which is not his role. The role starts with the parent at home. And after we've already identified where the rain started beating us as the community, therefore we shall siphon in the information, then get to know what's kind of the problem and what kind of the diagnosis that can really come as an antidote to this kind of menace. And my take is, if you know you're a person behind this pregnancy in the community, you'll be in for it. And I'm advocating positively that let the law and with the coming in of the gender-based violence officer, GBV, should just come in and take these people full throttle. I don't know who did this. I don't know. All I know is people are mentioning names without evidence. Are you there? So to be constructive enough and fair enough for everybody, let the law take its course. DNA is just 20,000 Kenya shillings. So 20,000 Kenya shillings, that's one is something like 120. Yeah, something like 120. Maybe let's say an equivalent to 200 USD and DNA that can give us an explicit kind of evidence that we are looking for. And with the help of gender-based violence officer who just landed in NyabohanSe, I think all this issue is going to be done and dusted. And for those who are taking advantage to bring in still the minors on this camera to do content creation and earn revenue with it, shame on you. And again, we are being told all these ladies they are seeing who have appeared at Gintu's and Bogisi channel, they are not minors. They were 18 plus. To mean, they were still going to school at the primary level because they delayed going to school because of other kind of shortcomings within the village itself. And again, the same lady who appeared to Gintu saying that it was pregnanted in the party, they didn't say Mugisu and Gintu was talking of this lady's behalf. Remember, the lady is an orphan, and the lady is staying with the grandfather and the grandmother. And at that time, the grandmother and the grandfather wanted to marry off this lady early to an old man in Tanzania, in Serengeti. So you get to know the family values itself has already been depleted at home. So there is no vigilance at home. So this lady, they could just do anything that they want. Now they want to blame IAM-MARWA party onto it. It is a problem and a menace in every other community. And that's how we should view it. But when we want to point fingers, at what, and for a matter of fact, to be bold, there are those people also who are YouTubers that have already involved with the minors. Others, I'm being told, are impregnated at 12-year-old, so bad. Others have been told, have been impregnated and desiring 2 children. And others have been told, have neglected their wives and abusing the minors. In fact, those must face the law full throttle. If at all the DNA shall point to them, because I don't want to mention the name. I'm waiting for the report. I'm waiting for the evidence because I don't want to reduce myself to a mere gossiper. And that's what it should be done. So with the party itself, it's done. If at all they got pregnancy with the party, by now they ought to have been given birth. True colors, as Sintak one said it. All I need to let people know It's like, let us not get ourselves into a sideshow. Being paid and wanting to tarnish other people's name are not auguring well. And I'm saying, to whose names were mentioned, by its Gintu, by its Mugesi, by any other person, targeting them to this kind of pregnancy, once the DNA has already come out, and your name is not within and you are cleared of it, take action and sue. I think let's just be responsible, because it has been for far long. Somebody could just wake up and just start ranting and saying you are the cause, you are the cause, you are the cause, you are impediment, so and so. It's not making sense. People has got reputation to protect. If others don't have reputation to protect, it's up to them. Are you there? I think for us to be responsible in everything that we do, let's everybody be responsible with their own action. That for those who also are responsible for this kind of pregnancy must have their head rolled down. And they have to face the consequences big time. Let me know what you're thinking at the comment section. At this time, let's meet other time. Until next time, this is Senior Zach. Prost.